Yesterday, I was just noticing some difficult conversations I needed to have with some people in my family, and I started to rearrange my sock drawer in rainbow colors instead. And I don't have that many socks, so it's a very short project, so that was a problem. And I realized that before I have difficult conversations, there's a story I often make up about how it's going to go for me and how it's going to go for them and what I'm going to say and what they're going to say. And I often waste a tremendous amount of energy kind of preparing. Do you ever do that? Anyone? No one on Zoom? One person. Thanks, Kathy, for not leaving me out there. 2 people here alive. So then what happens in these hard conversations is then I start sort of scripting and planning, and all of a sudden the whole thing just, I don't know, it just kind of spins to a dumpster fire, and then either I avoid it or I go in really aggressively. And so one of the things that I was reminded yesterday is the power of showing up and participating, and how I think we can be so hard on ourselves to figure all this stuff out and get it right and do it in the right time frame. And what if we could just start working with our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, our nervous systems, to a place where we could say, I don't have to know what I'm gonna say or what they're gonna say or how it's gonna go or when the right moment is. But what if my commitment was to show up and to stay in participation and to notice when I would tend to check out, to numb out, to kind of mentally put myself somewhere or even physically leave the room. And I think that our asana practice is such a powerful place to practice so many of these experiences that no doubt all of us have found at some point we've been looking forward to a physical practice all day, and we get to the 5 o'clock class, and 10 minutes in, we're scripting what we're gonna have for dinner, we're scripting like this problem we've gotta solve. And so this morning, I'd love for you to just work with this practice of showing up and participating. And so I'm going to give you some physical cues to help land that in your body this morning. I'm going to speak to that, but as we get set up for our intentions and why we're here, I'm hoping there's something in this that you can kind of see yourself in and want to work with. So from your seat, just rub your hands together, warm them up in case you're somewhere kind of chilly. And then place both hands somewhere around your body that wants some grounding or some warmth or some love. And I'd love for you to make a commitment to yourself this morning to show up and participate on every realm in your practice, physically, emotionally, mentally, without any agenda. Christina, can you mute your mic? Yeah, sorry. It's okay. I think there's like a cooking show on in the background. Yeah, awesome. Thanks. Good. 3 breaths. Good. Together, let's take a big breath in. Open your mouth, sigh, and let it out. Good. Interlace your fingers, reach all the way up. And then twist over to your right, taking your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind you. You can drop your hand down to the mat, tenting your fingers around your tailbone. Lift your chest up and twist a little more. Good, and then just reverse that. Take it to the other side. Take your arms over and twist over to your left. Good, come to center. Take a big breath in, cross your ankles and roll forward to child's pose. Just for a breath or two. We won't be here very long. Just a breath or two in child's pose. And it's such a nice, quiet day here in Colorado. Some of you may want to set an intention that at 11:30 this morning here, both in the studio and online, Jen Toll's going to be holding a meditation and community space. So if you find this morning that that would be supportive for you, then I'm going to encourage you to hop online and jump in with those guys. In the meantime, in this child's pose, can you just feel 3 breaths? Just 3 solid breaths.
Taylor, you were really soft this morning.
Oh, okay. Is that any better? I'll turn the mic back up. Thanks, Gruffy. Good. Let's be in downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. How's that? Is that a little bit better? Any better there? Can you guys hear me any better there? Yes. She says yes. That's it. Awesome. Thank you. What does showing up and participating fully mean this morning for you? Walk your hands back to your feet and take a forward fold at the back of your mat. Take ragdoll or any iteration of a forward fold. Good, bring full participation in your feet, shifting the weight from the left to the right, from the front to the back until you can feel all 4 corners ground and root you. Good, release your hands to the mat, press into your feet, root them down to rise all the way up to Tadasana. To your right, open arm twist. Good, come back to center, rise up, and twist to your left. Good, one more time, come back through center, drop your elbows. Good, spread your fingers, let your fingers and your toes be in full participation. Good, reach high, Tadasana, bow forward, Uttanasana. Good, hands to shins or thighs, lift up, and then fold down. Halfway lift, and fold again. Good, walk to high plank. Good, bring the weight mostly into your hands. And then bring the weight mostly into your feet. And bring the weight into the left side of your body. And bring the weight into the right side of your body. And then bring your weight to center. Can you bring your whole body into the pose? Oh, sorry you guys, I don't know what that sound is. Good, take one more breath in. Lower all the way down. Good, cobra poses next. Lift up. And then bow. 2 more times, lift. And lower. 1 more time, lift. And lower down. Good, tabletop or high plank. Downward facing dog. Good, feel your body breathe all the way in. Feel breath go in. Open your mouth, feel it go out. One more like that. Breathe all the way in. Breathe all the way out. Beautiful, walk your feet forward. Good, lifting halfway and folding all the way down. Good, mountain pose, reach up. With wide arms, stretch to the right. Good, lift back up. Spread your fingers and open to the left. Good, come back to center, drop your elbows, take your heart up. Where in your life right now is full participation being asked of you? Good, Tadasana, rise up. Exhale and bow forward. Good, halfway lift. Step to high plank. Pause in high plank. Notice if the pause is hesitation or if the pause is purposeful. One more breath in, lower down. Cobra pose, lift up. Exhale and bow. One more time, cobra. And bow to the earth. Tabletop or high plank. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good, bring your feet forward. Lifting halfway up. Oh, I love that, Matt. And folding down. Good, last time, Tadasana, lift up. To your right, twist to open. Good, through center, rise up. To your left. Good, back through center. Drop your elbows. Tadasana, rise. Uttanasana, bow. Good, lifting halfway. Step to high plank. This time, how slow can you lower your entire body in one line to your mat? When you get there, one cobra pose, and you'll pause at the top, looking over your left and right shoulder, finding some movement in your arms and thoracic spine. As you're ready, come to center, lower down, tabletop or high plank, downward facing dog. Good, full breath in, empty out. Good, bring your feet forward, lifting halfway up, folding down. Good, chair pose, chair pose. Notice your feet. Are they wide enough? Are they grounded enough? If you're going to show up and stay connected, you want to come from something grounded and earthy for most of us. Good, airplane your arms back. Go with your chest lifted and your palms facing down. Can you make more space between your ears and your shoulders? Good, round your shoulders, reach in front of you, palms face one another. Feel your shoulder blades separate. And then draw your elbows back. Palms face down, shoulders together, collarbones broad. Arcing Tadasana, reach up and fold down. Good, halfway, step to high plank. Good, come to your knees. Put in a push-up. And maybe one more. Good, high plank. Lower halfway. Come back to high plank. Yep, lower halfway. Some of you are on autopilot of your chaturanga. Yeah. One more time, lower halfway. Good, up dog or cobra. Downward dog. It's funny how participation is like that. Like I got it planned, I know what's going to happen, I know what's needed of me, I'll just go right there. It's a challenge to stay right here. Good, a full breath in and a full breath out. Good, bring your feet forward again, please. Lifting halfway and folding down. Good, chair pose. Airplane arms. Reach and round your arms forward. Draw your elbows back. Arcing Tadasana. Uttanasana fold. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And fold down. Good, chair pose. Airplane arms, exhale. Reach and round forward. Draw your elbows back. Arcing Tadasana, lift up. And fold down. Halfway lift. And fold again. Good, send your left foot back, low lunge. Send your right arm high for a grounded twist. Good, this first time through, would you inhale your top arm forward in front of you and draw your elbow back towards your hip a few times. Just warming up your shoulder girdle, your elbow, even your wrist a little bit. Awesome. Good, meeting in a grounded twist with your right arm high, would you take your left knee down? Left knee down, good. Step your right foot back for a modified side plank. Right leg back, left knee down, side plank. Good. Right foot on the earth. Can your right fingers and your left fingers participate equally? Beautiful. Place your right hand down, side plank on the right. Side plank on the right. So just roll to the opposite side. You could keep a knee down or not. Good. Beautiful. You got it. Good. Step your left foot forward to low lunge. And you're going to come to warrior two. Warrior two. Now here, can you feel your front foot both pushing down and away, but also the heel energetically drawing towards you? Can you feel the pinky toe edge of your back foot completely ignited, so much so that the inner arch of your back foot lifts slightly? Good, take a full breath in. As you exhale, drop your shoulders. Awesome. Good, one more breath in. And then take your left elbow to your left thigh for extended side angle. You got it. Good, now can you press that elbow into your thigh to feel your shoulders separate? Good, keep your elbow pressing in and come forward to half moon. That elbow presses into your thigh and just gonna lift up. And now find that the more you press your elbow into your thigh, the more strength and stability you get here. Beautiful. Awesome, Dave, you got it. Great. Step to star pose. Star pose. Good, send your toes out. Take your hands to heart center. Actually, take your hands to your thighs. Lift your chest up. To the back of the room, rotate to your right. Good, lift your chest up and rotate to the front of your mat. Good, two more times, come through center, twist right. Through center and left. And last time, through center to the right. And through center and to the left. Good, star pose. Low lunge at the front of your mat. Three-legged dog, your left leg lifts. And this first time through, can you press your heel into something imaginary behind you to really wake up the whole left side of your leg? So your left pinky toe is falling toward the earth. Left inner thigh is lifting. Good, take a big breath in. Bring your knee to your nose or chest. Awesome, good, do that again. Lift up. And squeeze forward. Good, one last time, lift up. One last time, squeeze forward. Good, three-legged dog, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big exhale. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. Bring your feet forward, lifting halfway and folding down. Good, chair pose. Open twist right, right arm back, left arm forward. Good, come through center and twist to your left. Good, come through center. Airplane arms. Interlace your fingers behind you. Lift your chest and bow forward. Notice the weight of your hips in relationship to your feet. Notice if you have expectations about full participation, how you're supposed to be, or your body's supposed to be, or the practice. Good, hands to the mat, exhale. Halfway lift, long spine. And then a bow forward. Good, right leg back, low lunge. Left arm high, grounded twist. And this first time through on this side, would you inhale, reach forward. Exhale, draw your elbow back. Find some, maybe you could even add some circular rotation to that linear movement. But find full participation of your upper arm and shoulder. Good, and then from grounded twist, come back to center and settle. And then let your right knee come onto the mat. And from here, step your left leg back for a modified side plank. Let your left foot find the earth so that you feel steady as you can be. Can both your feet be part of this pose? Beautiful, let your left hand root and roll over to your left side, side plank on the left. So nice. Step your right foot forward, low lunge. Warrior two. I want you to have that same connection to your feet we worked with on the other side. So can your front foot push down and forward while your heel energetically draws back? Good. Then it'll help your balance to bring your back foot into that equation. Let your left pinky toe press down so that the left inner arch slightly lifts. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let your shoulders soften. Some of you, in working your feet, took your shoulders up to your temples. It's nice to bring them back down a bit long. Good, take a full breath in and take your right elbow this time to your right thigh. Let your left arm lift high. Can you keep that same connection between your feet and your mat? And can you notice your right elbow pressing and your right thigh almost lifting to meet your elbow? Good, half moon is next. Keep your elbow where it is. Press into your right thigh, let it pull you forward and give you a balancing anchor. Yeah, I know it's different. When it's different, we often make a story up, so just participate as best as you can. These look great. No one on Zoom is stepping on a pet or anything. You guys are doing awesome. Step to star pose, please. Star pose. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Bring your feet parallel. Cross through the seat. Lift your chest and bow forward. Now before you straighten or bend your legs, can you bring the weight into your toes and then into your heels? And then notice the place where you feel supported and steady. Sometimes we're not sure why we're falling over or floundering around our words, and it's often that we're just rushing and we're disconnected. So get connected to your feet here, and then from connected feet, find movement in your upper body, bending or straightening your legs. The participation usually lands best for others and really for us when it's grounded, when it's connected, when it's coming from present moment. Good, bringing your shoulders to center, Bring your hands to the mat beneath your shoulders. Take a quarter turn to the front of your mat, low lunge. Send your right leg to the sky, rounded or a three-legged dog rather. Good, and now this first moment or two, can you let your right pinky toe drop towards the mat? And your right inner thigh lift slightly so that your hips are fairly square. Good, take your fullest breath in. Bring your knee to your nose or chest, exhale. Good, lift up. And bring it forward. Beautiful, one more time, lift up. One more time, come forward. Good, three-legged dog, downward facing dog. Good, feel yourself breathe in. Feel yourself breathe out. Good, come up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees and send your heels back. Good, come on to tippy toes, lift your hips. Good, bend your knees and send your heels back. One last time, tippy toes. Now bend your knees so you can send your chest more to your thighs. Yeah, good. Yeah, and then you might straighten your legs, you might not. Good, from downward dog, full breath in. Empty completely and then bring yourself forward to the front of your mat. Halfway lift and fold. Good, chair pose. Airplane arms. Good, reach and round forward. Draw your elbows back. Good, chair pose. Hands to heart center. Prayer twist to your right. Now this first time through, would you line up your hips and your knees and your ankles so that you're as square as you can be? Notice what that feels like. Now, can you begin to let your left ankle, knee, and hip start to rotate out and over to the right? So let your natural alignment fall into place. Good, option to open your arms, option to breathe more deeply. Good, exhale and fold down, good work. Lifting halfway and folding down again. Good, chair pose, airplane arms. Round and reach forward, draw your elbows back, you got it. Chair pose, hands to heart center and prayer twist to your left. Good, and then squaring up from ankles, through your knees, through your hips. Notice what it feels like to be in a lower body that's square. And then let everything start to naturally turn the direction you're turning. Everything starts to turn towards your left. And you just notice what it feels like in both of those shapes. Participation isn't just blindly doing what someone asked you to do, but actually experimenting yourself. Good, one more breath in. Good, Lauren, and then fold down. Good, take your feet wider. Bring your peace fingers to your big toes. Halfway lift and fold. And although sometimes the practice gets intense enough, we kind of are hoping these more stationary poses get called. And then often as soon as there's a stationary moment, we start to fill it with something else. Can you stay right in the weight of your hips over your feet? The weight of your head coming out of your neck? The volume of your breath. Good, 3 more breaths here. Good, as you release your toes and fingers from one another, lift up halfway and fold down. Good, send your left foot back. Right arm lifts, grounded twist. Left knee down, right leg back. Modified side plank. Good, take your left leg up. Good, if you'd like, bend it, reach back and maybe take your ankle or your shin with your hand. Other leg, Dave, top leg. Yeah, you got it. Good, and can your right knee and the top of your head reach away from each other? Good, Michael. Beautiful. One more breath in. Come to that modified side plank, and then right hand down, side plank on the other side. If your legs are straight, inhale your hips right up to the ceiling. Exhale your hips toward the mat. 2 more times, hips lift and hips lower. You got it. One last time, hips up. One last time, lower down. Good, come to a neutral side plank, step your left foot forward, low lunge. Warrior 2. Find the connection between your feet and your mat, between your feet and your shoulders. How do we show up and participate without over-efforting or holding back? Good, take a full breath in, left elbow to left thigh, extended side angle. And then keep this arm position half moon, half moon. Awesome. Good, so as you're pressing into your left thigh, what happens if you start to straighten and bend your lifted leg? Does your brain chemistry go cuckoo? Just see if you can work that upper leg in any capacity. So good. Awesome, star pose is next. Step to a nice wide star pose. Good, with your toes out and your heels in, bring your hands to heart center, sit low. Good, this time take your left hand to your outer right thigh and take a twist. Left hand to outer right thigh and twist. Good, change sides. What's it like to feel this body that's yours, that you're in? Good, come back to center, to horse pose, hands at heart center. Bend your knees and sit low. You got it, star pose, lift up. Low lunge to the front of your mat. Left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Take your knee to your nose or your chest. Good, once more, lift up. This time, take it over to your right tricep or elbow or wrist. Good, pause here, kick it open to the right. You could stay with your hands grounded, or your right arm might want to lift up. Good. Now, super challenging option here is to take your left leg and start to pulse it, lifting it gently off your mat, up and down. Yep, I know, it's not easy. Good, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Use grace, even if it's mental grace, to get you there. Yeah, mental grace is actually a lot nicer than actual grace. So we could give ourselves and other people just a little more grace, especially right now. A lot of fatigue going around. Good, full breath in, full breath out. Good, bring your feet forward. Halfway lift, and fold. Good, chair pose. Airplane arms as your exhale. Reach and round forward, and then draw your elbows back. Good, chair pose, arms up. Right arm under left, right leg over left for Eagle Guard Asana. That may be the understatement mantra of the year. No one said it was easy. No one said it was easy. Now, notice where your top leg lies. Does it want to block or kickstand on the earth? Now notice your upper body. Can you stack your shoulders over your hips so that you're more upright than leaning forward? Good, and then the last thing is, can you broaden your chest where your heart and your collarbones lie? Beautiful, Tadasana, release. Chair pose, exhale. Left arm under right, left leg over right, eagle pose. What could you adjust that would help your participation be more fun, more easeful, more awakening? So good. One more breath here. Tadasana. And then bow forward, Uttanasana fold. Good, lift up halfway. And fold down. Right foot goes back, low lunge. Left arm lifts, grounded twist. Good, right knee drops. Step your left leg back. Good, keep your left leg grounded or lift it. Keep it lifted or bend it and reach back and capture your left foot, ankle, shin. Good, as you press through your right fingers, spread them wide and take your heart just a hair higher. Beautiful. Release your upper leg if you've got it captured. Bring your left foot to the earth. Left hand down, roll to the right, or your left rather, side plank on your left. Good. Take your hips up, and then drop them gently down to your mat. Good. With control, lift. With control, lower. Use your whole body to lift you, and your whole body to lower. One more time, lifting and lowering. And from side plank, you'll take your top leg forward to low lunge using mental grace to warrior two. Good, take a full breath in. Keep your arms where they are, just drop your shoulders, exhale. So often as we get connected to hard work, to the engagement of our feet, we start to use different body parts. We use our tongue out of our mouth, we use our shoulders, we crinkle our forehead. I think the practice of actual grace is, can I show up in what's happening, participate without taking it in all these other directions that is not a helpful use of my time. Take a full breath in, right elbow to right thigh, extended side angle. Good, as you're ready, shift the weight into your right foot, half moon. You can work in that half moon, you can start to straighten and bend your upper leg. Find that right foot spreading, grounding, rooting beneath you. Good work. Star pose is next. And this time bring your feet parallel. Lift your arms and eyes up to the ceiling and then fold with hands through your heart center down, center line. Good, and then find a place for your hands. And for just about 1 minute, can you find stillness? Notice whether it's passive or active, that you can actually create stillness and tap into it. Good, and with purpose and potency, find movement. I watched this incredible movie last night. I don't know if anyone has seen The Sound of Metal, about this drummer who loses his hearing. And it's a really fabulous meditation on the power of noise and silence in our lives and in our minds. Gently bringing your body to center, hands underneath your shoulders, a quarter turn to the front of your mat. Sending your right leg up to the sky, taking your knee to your chest or nose. One more time, lift. This time, take that leg to your left near your tricep. Pause, kick it open to your left. Either hands root or left arm lifts. Stay here, begin to pulse, lifting from your right inner thigh, taking the right foot up and off your mat. Yeah, it's a lot of work in this body to hold ourselves up, to show up. Good, downward facing dog, good work, downward dog. Big breath in, big breath out. Good, one more time, breathe in. One more time, breathe out. Good, take your right leg up, bend your upper knee, roll up and open. Good, step through crescent lunge, crescent lunge. Good, from crescent lunge, draw your elbows into your hips, come to standing step. Good, step back to crescent. And then elbows in, knee lifts. Good, one last time, step back, crescent. One more last time, standing stuff. Hands to heart center, figure four. Figure four. You might take your right hand to the sole of your right foot and your left hand to your right knee and start to squeeze into center and see if that encourages your chest a little more forward, if you get a little more length, or even just a little bit more space. Good, very slowly standing staff, take that left knee up. Step back, crescent lunge. Good, and then hands come to heart center and revolve to your right, revolved crescent lunge. Good, option to open your arms, option to start to tap and shift the weight from your back foot to your front, finding a little bit more balance. Option to drop your left knee. But the question is always, how can I be more here rather than how can I do more or be more? How can I be more here than do more and be more? Good, one more full breath in. Runner's lunge is the release. Lowering hands to the mat, walking your right foot to the right. You could put something under your left thigh, like a block or a rolled up towel or blanket. And then notice if you'd like a little movement on your right foot or ankle. Sometimes it's nice to roll open or back to center and forward. And again, when there's stillness, can we resist the urge to fill it by checking our watch, by going through our shopping list, by thinking about a contract we're going to sign, whatever it is, can we just put ourselves back into waving our hands and our breath. Gently bringing your right foot to center for low lunge. Grounded airplane. Shift onto your right foot, come onto your fingertips. Good, take a full breath in. Left knee squeezes behind your right. Two more times, lengthen. Squeeze and round. One last time, lift. One last time, squeeze. Good, left pinky toe meets right pinky toe, sciatic stretch. I like taking my hands to my thighs here. It feels like less of a tightrope and I can get more length in my spine. But you're gonna, again, find that place in your body that's unraveling the knots and making space rather than giving you another to do. Good, Polly. And then slowly unravel to a squat. Left foot goes wide and take a squat at the top of your mat. Good, 5 breaths here. With your next exhale, hands to your mat, hips to the ceiling. Walk your feet back underneath, lifting halfway and folding down. Good, send your right leg back and take crescent lunge. Good, we'll take that same iteration, take that back knee forward, elbows in, standing step. Step to crescent and forward. Once more to crescent, and once more forward. Pause here, hands together, ankle crosses, figure 4. Option to take left hand to your left foot, right hand Yeah, so you got it. Right hand to your right knee, left hand to the right foot. Connect to your left foot on the earth. And can you feel the crown of your head separating from your left and right hip? Gently come to standing stack, right knee lifts. Step back to crescent lunge. Crescent lunge. Good. And from crescent lunge, let's take a revolved crescent lunge, hands to heart, twist left. So again, option to shift the weight to your front foot and start to tap that back foot, just working your balance. You could also open your arms. You could also drop your right knee. Or maybe there's something else we haven't even thought of you could do. Feel both feet connected, or your knee connected. And then connect your breath to the movement of your spine. The subtle undulations, even in stillness of your spine. Good, one final round of breath here, and then runner's lunge. So often holding back in participation or even just showing up and being seen is a story we created long ago. There's no room for us, we're too much, we're not enough. We need to look more like this or less like this, and this practice lets us literally move and twist and then exhale, allowing our body to guide our mind to the truth that's always been there. We've never needed to be more than we are. We've never needed to be less than we are. The practice is to be exactly who we are. Let's meet in low lunge, bringing your left foot to the center of your mat. Coming to grounded airplane, bringing the weight into your front foot, lifting your back foot. Good, take a breath in and then bring your knee behind your knee and round your spine. Good, lift up and lengthen. Squeeze and tuck your head. Good, once more lift. Once more tuck and round, good, and then right pinky toe to left, sciatic stretch. And again, fingers to the floor is a lot for many of us, so maybe hands to thighs or hands to a block. Gently release, come once more to a squat for 5 breaths. When you finish your 5th exhale, bring your hands to the mat, step back to tabletop. Step to tabletop, hands and knees on the mat. Good, take your left knee behind your right. Get as good or tight cross as you can, and then walk your hands up to sit your heels back, or your hips back rather, in between your heels or on a block. Good, you can recline forward, you can bring your hands outside your hips, walking your torso up. This practice encourages us to seek sensation with without this habituation of pushing ourselves into pain or checking out and being numb and unavailable. Good, gently unravel to tabletop to set up for the other side. Slowly come on. If you need some cat and cows or a little bit of movement, do that. And then as you're ready, you'll take the opposite knee behind. For most of us, that'll be the left knee behind the right. And then again, option to stay reclined and just send your hips back, or option to send your hips between your heels and walk yourself upright. And the great thing about participation is so often in class I'll say, the option is to do this or the option is to do that, but your body is like so clear. It's not really an option. Your body's just going to do what it's able and willing to do. Good, gently unraveling to tabletop one last time. And from tabletop, extend your right leg long into space. Then take it over to your left off your mat, toes on the floor, and look over your left shoulder. Good, gently come to center, extend your leg long, and then tabletop. And then take your left leg back. Take it over to the right, off your mat, onto your toes, and then look over your right shoulder. Tabletop, tabletop. Cross your ankles and roll onto your back. As you come onto your back, bring the soles of your feet on your mat. Walk your heels in nice and close to your pelvis. Lift your heels up enough to engage the whole back side of your body, and then send your hips up. Heels lift, hips lift. And as you press into the balls of your toes and lift your heels, can you feel this level of engagement on the back side of your body and make adjustments to support your physical shape? Good, and then mindfully lower everything down. Let your feet fall together at center. Arms wide or on your body. One more back bend of this practice. What is it you want to show up and participate around more? Set that intention, and then you choose your back bend. All of you guys have a solid practice. You choose any back bend that says it's right for you this time. And you might open your mouth and take lion's breath. Good. Feel your feet press down. Feel your heart lift away. Feel your breath move freely. And when you feel complete, you'll take either embryo or maybe Supta Baddha Konasana with knees wide, or just let your knees fall into center, but find a place to let your back bend actually land. And then see if you can be still and resist deflecting your participation and let it hit you straight on. For 5 steady, grounding breaths. We'll all meet on our backs, taking your hands to your outer thighs or knees. Bring your knees back up to center. And with your feet on the mat, send your right leg up. Option to take your hands behind your right hamstring, to take your calf, to take your foot or your big toe. But let your head be heavy on the mat. Left foot can be bent or left leg can be extended. And then half happy baby here, bend your right leg, keep or change your grip, or half happy baby. And then as you're ready, take that into a supine twist. Take your right leg into your chest and then bring it across the left side of your body. Bringing both your knees into your chest. Feel your spine heavy on your mat. Feel the weight of your body and how you're holding it. Good, right foot to the mat, left leg lifts. And find your hands somewhere along the back side of your left leg or towards your left ankle or foot. But your head's heavy, nothing to actually hold up here. And then transition to half happy baby, bending that leg. And then gently bringing your knee in and taking a supine twist, taking it over the right side of your body. When you're ready, bringing your knees into your chest. Just acknowledging, giving yourself a squeeze. And then traveling to Savasana. And as you get situated for Savasana, take the time to wrap up, to weight yourself, to support yourself. And what I'm struck by today is I see 20 some odd people on Zoom and 7 people in this room is how we have shown up and participated in these last 9 months. Sometimes with more fear or more courage, sometimes more difficulty and uncertainty. But there is no doubt we have continued to show up and participate. Transitioning to meditation, if you'd like to change your shape, this would be a nice time to do that. And in your meditation this morning, all I ask is that you put your attention inward to both your physical body and your emotional body. Showing up and participation starts with where we are. So let this meditation fully presence you to where you are today. If you're on your back and you'd like to close from your seat, this might be a nice time to bring yourself up. And bring your hands onto your body somewhere. And from your practice, set your intention for this day. Who will you be for yourself and for those around you? Together, let's take a full breath in. Exhale and empty. 2 more, just like that. Bring your palms together at your third eye center. On this day, we give thanks for the capacity we each have to show up and participate in this one life that we've been given. Together, we bow to one another. Namaste.
Namaste.
So I'm more than 6 feet apart from everybody in the studio, so I'm going to take my mask off and make sure you guys can hear me. I'm just feeling really grateful this morning for all of you guys showing up. I've seen you in the last month show up on retreat, the teacher training, on Zoom. You've let us see your pets and your dirty kitchens. I've watched you show up and help other people. And I just want to say thank you and keep showing up. The world needs all of you bright lights. You are making huge impact and contribution, certainly to me, but also to, I think, everybody who's on this call and in this space. And the world needs it right now. There's so much fear and negativity, and I'm just seeing what amazing humans you guys are, so thank you, and let's keep doing it. If you guys want to unmute, everybody's going to want to say hi, and I hope everybody gets to have, I don't know, hot chocolate and coffee, a good start to your Saturday. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.